Finland, for instance, the digital first curriculum has set the benchmarks by integrating coding and digital literacy across all grades. In India, for instance, the government-led initiatives are bridging the gaps in rural areas by providing technology and training. And in US, flipped classrooms are focused on technology, on maximized class learning. So these case studies highlight diverse approach on tackling the digital skills gap. It is important to understand your content and your context. And after from that side, build opportunities for students. So now I will finish with a call of action. So what we need to do in terms of create or empower a new generation is to commit to a digital integration. We need to put them into government again. So we need to create discussion with government. We need to create discussion with third parties. We need to create a discussion with association or even NGO. That's really important for us to create small opportunities that in the future they will become bigger and bigger and bigger. Collaboration, again, is really important. Share the different strategies. If you collaborate with others, will enhance your further opportunities. And of course, so engage with policymakers to address a digital future that we are living at the moment. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, if you are curious, or if you would like to discuss about something about education, I'm here. Thank you. Asante sana.
Right, thank you so much, Sir Francesco.
Yes, Francesco.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So the floor is open for questions or contribution. If you have something you want to share or you have a question you want to ask in line with the address given, you can raise your hand up. Then we will call you to bring your question or contribution.
Yes, Robert, I can share my presentation if you want. I don't have any problem in sharing things. I think sharing, apart from caring, is a great learning opportunity. Thank you, Mavis. Thank you, Johnson. Also.
All right, so we have Madeleine, your hand is up. Can you ask your question?
Okay, thank you, Evans, and thank you, Francesco. I liked your presentation, but I want to seek your advice, or what will you say to a teacher who likes talking, like she likes to talk more than she listens? So someone who has that kind of a problem, what advice, what would you say or tell the person to do?
Sometimes you need to guide, and most of the time this is what I do with my colleagues, with my staff. You need to listen, but you need to guide them. Now we use something that we call influencer. Yes, a word that we call influencers. Someone who is going to influence you. What you must do is to try to influence. And if you go back to the philosophy, look at Aristotle when he mentioned about logos, ethos, and pathos. So try to influence your colleagues with the same empathy, soft skills. That would be a good start. And after, you can start telling her that maybe sometimes he or she, your colleague, she needs to listen to you or listen to others. I'll make a quick example. So whenever you have a staff room or whenever you have a collaboration, do the simple example about listening skills. So let's do an example. Let's do a game. Yes, listen to me. 3, 2, 1, go. And you will have fun. And after, she will understand about, oh, okay, I need to activate sometimes my listening skills, and I need to be quiet sometimes. Try and let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have Foster Nyako. Please, you have the floor to ask question or contribution. Foster. Okay, Foster. Maybe we have Oluwatosin Raji.
Sorry, all right.
Okay, Foster is back.
Can you hear
Foster,
me?
yes.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you, Francesco, for the presentation.
Great pleasure.
I mean, listening to you, I heard that you said only 37% of education technology. That is even those who want to. Now, what would advise that if you are in a department where majority of the people are averse to technology, now you are in a technological age, but they do not want to catch up with the inroads that are being made in the technological world. So you're in the same department, you are pushing technology to help instructions, but you know that no, technology is what will lead to. So how do you get such people to be able to join the change that is going on in the world in terms of technology? So that's
Great, thank you for the question. Great question too, like the previous one. So our intention and our role, whenever you are in a department, is to role model others. If you project yourself in a department, not everybody in your department has the same your knowledge. Yeah, but from your side, maybe you don't have some qualities that other people in your department they have. So what I advise you to do is to bring them together, find their talents, and use their talents as part of your staff, as part of your department, to enhance the learning of the students faster. Because whenever you are not able, if someone doesn't want to learn something, you can do as much as coaching as you want, you can spend many hours, that person will never change, especially if he's an old-fashioned teacher. Trying to guide, trying to coach, and trying to understand what kind of talents you have in your department and use them as part of building the opportunities for your students.
All right, thank you so much for that answer. So it means that you harness their talent and then you push technology into that. Okay, we have Oluwatosin, that's Raji. If you can also bring out your question or contribution.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for the presentation. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much, Francesco. And my question is concerning the online teaching when you have to teach students. And from your presentation, it said, I was getting something on listening skills. You know, for instance, how can we as educators teaching online be able to penetrate and be assured that our students get at least more than 80% of what we're trying to teach? You know, I'm trying to look at deeper. Well, no, I did not look at the aspect of this listening skills before, though yes. I know that it's something that might also be like an obstruction in online learning, teaching and learning. So how can we harness or use the technical know-how to be able to make sure our students on the other side get majority of what we teach?
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the another great questions. You are remarkable. All of you. You are amazing. So think strategically. My advice is for you to think strategically. As adults, we have an attention span that is limited. Imagine the students. So you want to deliver your content. You want to engage the students. You want to make them focus on what you are trying to teach them. The major issue here is the online, when you are not able to have a physical engagement with them. Yeah, and it's completely different from face-to-face. Now, think strategically and plan strategically your units. Think about 5 to 7 minutes as a brief introduction Icebreakers are really, really important, really good for the students to be focused. And after, give them a chance to use the time for their benefit. So give them tasks, let them study. When they come back, they need to present to you, or they need to come back with the ideas of what they worked on. That will allow you to share at the beginning what you would like to teach, and also receive a feedback if the students are working or not, apart from listening to you or not. Maybe you can start like that, and after you can have some, you need to reshape. You know, when you create a unit plan, you also have feedback where at the end or in the middle of the unit plan, middle of the lesson, you can think about, oh, this, it worked. This, it didn't work. Maybe with them, I can reshape and organize differently. So it's, lessons are live content where it's up to you to be strategic and understand the way that you would like to engage, the way that you are able to engage the students. But what it is important is just attention span, short and deep engaging content.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll take the last two questions, then we'll continue with the program. So we have Charles, and then we'll take Mavis as well. So Charles, please, your question. The last two, then we are done.
Thank you. I'm Charles from Kenya. And thank you, brother Francisco, for sharing with us. So what I really wanted to say very quickly is that, you see, we are living in a world where technology is moving very fast. We are in an era where we are moving to what we call artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. And these artificial intelligence, it has been designed to perform tasks that human beings can perform. Not only perform these tasks, but to perform in the most efficient way. So we as educators, what are we going to do? And that's why we are having programs like this, so that we can try to empower one another. You see, when people are empowered, it enhances motivation, it enhances critical thinking, and it enhances problem solving. So let us keep on learning. Let us learn from one another, from these information scientists, so that we can go back home and make a difference. I believe we are going to do it, and we are going to achieve it. Thank you.
Really great, Charles. I believe in what you said before. By the way, if maybe from the organization, maybe we need to try to organize an on-site meeting. That is super powerful.
All right. Maybe can you also come up with your question?
Oh, thank you very much. I wanted to contribute to my sister's question that she asked, like how she can create the listening or get students pay attention during an online lesson. Marlene Francisco had said it all, but the little that I want to add to it is that we need to create teaching presence, the social and emotional presence during online lessons, so that we can draw the student attention to whatever we are teaching in our online classes. So in the course of your presentation in an online classes, we can just decide to post a question to the class, or individual question can be sent to students individually for them to answer, for you to know, just as Francisco did by asking us to raise up our hands, and some of us were fumbling with it because we weren't paying much attention. So creating emotional presence, cognitive teaching presence on online lesson is very paramount in our online lesson or using technology. Thank you very much.
I agree with you, Mavis. Thank you. Keep going. Really good.
Right. Thank you so much for this. We need to move on with our program. We have Edward, your hand is up, but I think we need to move on. Maybe you can put your question in the comment section. We'll read it, and at appropriate time, we'll let Francisco respond to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We have our partners with us, and we'll give each of the partner 2 minutes to make a presentation. Western Nigeria Publication, if they are around, and they will take it from School Board, Spark Learning, CIEP UK. If you are around, we'll give you just 2 minutes. We acknowledge your support to this program, and we'll give you 2 minutes to give us do a presentation, short presentation for us. So Western Nigeria Publication, do you have a rep here? Okay, if you don't have a rep, do you have a rep for School Board?
Yes, please.
Yeah, School Board, thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for also inviting us. Okay. Okay. Good day, everyone. It's a pleasure to be part of the training today. I also would like to recognize the presence of one of our partners, that's the person of Ms. Raji, for that brilliant response at the time. Thank you very much. Please, I would like to share my screen so you'll be able to see my presentation slides. Please, can you see my screen?
It's not clear. Okay, yeah, we are seeing it now. Great.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. And so my name is Abib. I'm the business head for Zenclose Nigeria. And also what we do, also just another brief introduction is like we deal with school management system. So we deal with software development, and one of the software we developed is the school management system. So we call it School Board. So let me just give you a brief introduction. So School Board is a cloud-based school management system that provides cutting-edge solution for educational institutions. It's designed specifically to simplify and digitalize the administrative and academic process from the school. So with the help of School Boards, we will be able to digitalize the processes of your school from administrative to the academic process. Even you can also even simplify it with the help of like AI. So why do School Boards stand out? School Boards stand out because of its custom feature. We actually listen to our clients. The way we tailor our solution is like we build it around the solution of the specific problems of our clients. So that's what we do at Zenclose. So with the help of School Boards, we'll be able to develop this software to actually solve the problem of our customers. So what they do from the admin process to the academic process to even result generation, we actually do that online. So let me move to the benefits of using School Board.
Hello, kindly continue, please. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yes.
Oh, okay. So like I was saying, I was sharing a moment with a school owner previously, and it was telling me like he has not been able to make profit for the last 10 years running a school system. I was like, how is that possible? But when I looked at it, this is because they are still keen on the old ways of doing things. With the help of technology nowadays, we can actually generate much more revenue than what it used to be before. And also, it's very easy to implement and also makes our work much easy and focus on some other meaningful things that we can use to grow our schools or other business. So with the help of a School Board payment system, you'll be able to track your inflow and your outflow. You'll be able to know like, okay, this is what I'm using my money to do and this is what I'm getting. Also, with the help of School Board, you can track like that attendance system of your school. Like we have a device whereby if we install the device for you, if the students, we generate ID cards for them, if they tap the device, the parent get a notification at home that the guy and the child is in school, and if they are close from school, they also tag the device with the ID card. The parent also get the notification that okay, the guy is out of school. So this will be able, and this enables the parent to be able to track like the movement of their children. Like okay, my guy is out of school now, and my child is out of school now. In less than 10 minutes, you should be home. And with the help of school board, be able to achieve that. Also, school board helps you reduce your operational costs. All the paperwork moving fast from one place to another, generating postcard manually, doing the paperwork. No, you don't need to do that. With the help of technology now, you can generate your report like just with few clicks. Under 15 minutes on school board, you can actually generate your report card. Also, school board helps you to improve instructor and student institution capacity. With the help of school board, we believe any teacher that can use school board will be very, very technologically inclined, and will be able to like undo any software or any digital or computer system to operate, because as easy as it is, it's also like it requires a bit of technicality. And like I was hearing one of our moderators saying, like sometimes it's very difficult for you to transition your instructors from that analog space to the digital space, because they are already used to it, and it's like it's their comfort zone, and they are not ready to leave that comfort zone. But with the help of school board, if you integrate that to your ecosystem, to transition your teachers to that digital space will be very, very easy and flexible, because the school board, your teacher can upload the subject notes, the subject syllabus, and they can also have like a virtual classroom on it. Also, even online CBT exams and tests can also be achieved on the platform. So that being said, on the school board portal, let me just quickly run through it. On the school board portal, we have 4 different segments. We have the admin portal, which is like the overseer of everything that is going on in the school. Like we say, like the director or the owner of the school. That's who the admin portal is also designated to. But the admin portal is also branched again into further categories. We have the academic admin, and also we have the financial admin. We know that the school owner might not have time to monitor the academic admin or the financial admin, but with the help of school board, you will be able to see everything they're actually doing. Those are your HOD, and you'll be able to hold them accountable. And even we have like an email system on the school platform whereby you can use to send queries or requests for information from your from the admin. Also, we have the instructor portal, we have the student portal, and also we have the also on the school board platform, we have the medical system whereby you can also track the medical. Like if you want to have like the record of each student you have in, you can also achieve that with the help of school board and also the
Thank you,
management.
school board.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, school board. Yeah, thank you so much for the information given us. We are so grateful. And can we invite Spark Learning? If Spark Learning Group rep is here, Spark Learning rep, if you are here. Do we have CIEP UK?
Yes, hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. So 2 minutes for presentation, or if you have something to share.
We just want to say from all of us here at CIPOC, the Chartered Institute of Educational Practitioners, United Kingdom, we are very excited to be a part of this year program, Global Education Conference with the Emirate Consulting Group. My principal, in person of Professor Marcel Okechukwu, is on the call. Prof, if you're in the meeting, I don't know if you would like to say hello so I can carry on with the presentation. Are you there? Okay, he seemed not to be in the call right now. So for us at CIPOC, Chartered Institute of Educational Practitioners, United Kingdom, is a global institute that promotes quality education across the globe. Chartered Institute of Educational Practitioners UK, CIPOC, by the grace of God, happens to be one of the largest professional body duly registered and accredited in the United Kingdom under the Companies House. with a mandate of fostering quality education in the UK and rest of the world, in order to form the basis of who we are. And then one of our core mandates as well is to promote qualitative education in developing countries, especially in Africa, where we know that there are certain factors that are underpinning the growth of education. Over the years also, we have been on the front burner of educational issues and have actually helped developing countries to remodel their educational system, curriculum development, professional benchmark developments, and other qualitative contributions in the field of education that we have been able to initiate over time. Hello? Somebody is talking. Okay, and now as we look into the current state of education technology in around the globe, we can understand the place of technology in education. Just like the former presenter said, that technology in education is not made to mar education or to take the job of the teachers or take the job of the educators, as it has been a long practice. Of course, we know that current state of education in technology is a deep discussion on existing technologies in education, which has to do with the rapid growing online learning systems or platforms, adoption of AI tools for interactive simulations, and so many other areas like analysis of their impact on learning and outcomes, accessibility. The fact is that the generation that is coming now is technovative in nature. And of course, if you're not growing technologically, no matter any field you are, then you're actually losing probably.
I think we've lost.
Losing the question you're trying to ask. So if you're not conformed with the current global trend in technological tools that are available for your use in order to
it's like we are having challenge with the CIEP UK. So
the new trend and these young lads that are coming up now will overtake. Now we also
all right. Thank you. We need to proceed to. Do we have a rep for EduTimes? EduTimes
do not understand how to adopt change management.
We are sorry,
which is very strategic. Okay, because of time, I will want to further emphasize on the benefit of the Institute, which is the Chartered Institute of Education Practitioners. Over the years, we have been able to initiate certain categories of individuals that come in on board with the Institute to take membership on different levels and different cadres. Of course, we've been
I look as if he's having challenge with his network. Do you have EduTimes with us? EduTimes.
And formal education of foremen, crafting, mechanics, and all whatnot, that giving them the opportunity to reintegrate them back into the education sector based on the areas that they are expertise in. We also look at the benefit of the membership of the Institute will allow you to be a part of an international organization and also give you access to global network of professionals. Of course, we also
we are sorry we have to drop you at the moment. Do we have EduTimes with us? Okay. Do we have Western Nigeria Publica? All right, thank you. We need to
Nigerian Publica is here.
Okay, please, can you give us just 2 minutes? Information. But before you continue, please hold on. School board, please, can you drop your contact chat box, and then CIEP UK can also drop your contact so we can reach you. Thank you. Western Nigeria Publica.
Benefits of members, a few of them. We also look at participation in Erasmus and internship around the world. With yes.
Hello, Ernest. It's like your time is up, and at a point you went off, so we couldn't hear you. So we've asked the next group to do their presentation. Please drop your contact for us, and participants can reach out to you.
Is it?
Yeah, thank you, Ernest. So can we take it from Western Nigeria Publica?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
So I am from Nigeria, a rep from Western Nigerian Publica. So Western Nigerian Publica is basically a dynamic media platform which is led and created by Mr. Ahmed Inyoda, who is a resourceful journalist himself. So the WNP platform is made up of numerous volunteers in various areas. We split our platform into different areas to ensure that there is accountability and we are able to work very well. We have the content writing team, the content creation team, the news writers, the graphic design team, and other teams like that. And we have various volunteers and heads of teams in all those teams. So the WNP platform, at the WNP platform, we are dedicated to delivering insightful news and stories centered on the diverse culture, people, and development in Western Nigeria. Basically, at Western Nigeria Publica, we focus more on giving insightful news that surrounds the Western Nigeria as a whole. And we provide all these news various platforms. So while we search for insightful news, we also attend various press conferences and summits, just as this educational summit today. And we serve as a reliable source for regional updates covering politics, economy, education, entertainment, and social issues, while also amplifying the local voices of various individuals and ensuring that each and every individual is informed and our community is fostered. So with me here today, I also have another rep from the Western Nigerian Publica, and she would be introducing herself and telling you more about the Western Nigerian Publica. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So do we have the rep here? Okay, so we are far behind time.
Yes, she's not here, but let me quickly say this before we leave. So also at Western Nigerian Publica, we launched a session.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, she's here.
Yeah, she's
yes,
here.
you can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
My name is Alade. As my colleague has already said, we are Western Nigerian Publica, and we are not just a media house. We also have series of programs that we find beneficial to Nigerians, not just Nigerians, but in all over the world. And we are also looking into expanding over Africa. So recently, we have a program that we launched on our Western Nigerian Publication website. It's called the Youth Tribe. And what we do Youth Tribe basically is to celebrate young talent. We also bring them on board so that we can hear their story, they share their latest journey with us, share their insight on their story with us. And we feature a lot of CEOs, a lot of people who want to tell us their story. And the purpose of this is just basically not just to celebrate them, but also to recognize their efforts and also to make our viewers and listeners learn from their journeys and also find a chance to get mentorship. So we are also on all social media platforms. You can find us on the Instagram at WNP. We're also on X, and we have a lot of insightful programs that we do on Western Nigerian Public, such as the Monday Motivation, the Search for Work Sunday, and every other. And you can also watch our programs on our website, especially on Instagram, where we share daily news, up-to-date news, and every other thing. So yeah, I'll be dropping my mic here. Thank you so much, Emirate.
Thank you so much for the information given to us. We are most grateful. Please, if you are not talking, kindly mute yourself for us. It will be of great help. We are going to look at our panel section, and then the topic for today or for this particular section is the future of education, leveraging on technology for effective, sustainable, and transformative learning experience. And we have our panelists who are going to take us through. We have Patricia Gonde. If you're around, please get ready. Rita Aguila. If you're also here, please get ready. We have Rashid Beleo. And then we have Viviana Marquis. And so we are going to do that. But before we start, I will kindly give you indulgence to on your video for us to take group pictures whilst we invite Grace to take us through the panel section. So if you can turn on your videos for us to take group pictures, we'll be very grateful. Thank you very much. Grace.
Thank you so much, Evans. Good evening, good afternoon, from wherever it is you're listening to. It is come to that session where we are going to be engaging some of our thought leaders as well on a panel that we are looking to just see the different complexities of different of digital transformation in education. And the question that we are trying to answer, or we're looking to answer, is how do we effectively leverage technology to create sustainable and transformative learning experiences? Now, to help us unpack this topic, we are joined by a very distinguished panel of global experts who will collectively just help us unpack this and will help us answer the question. So I don't know if Dr. Viviani, you can come on. Now, as she is preparing, Viviani is a forward-thinking education leader and innovator. She has been in the forefront of integrating cutting-edge technologies and education to enhancing learning and promote equity. Now, her work really focuses on empowering educators and learners with tools for the 21st century. Dr. Viviani, you're here with us. You can say a quick hello.
Yes, I hear you.
Thank you so much. With us as well is Patricia, who is not only a visionary scholar and an advocate for sustainable education, and now she brings on to this panel an extensive experiences in bridging policy and practice. Now her expertise in curriculum design and digital literacy really has equipped her with unique insights to transforming education system across Africa. But Dr. Patricia, if you're here with us, just a quick hello.
Hello, I'm here. Thank you. Hello?
Thank you so much. Yes, Patricia. Again, on the panel, we have Dr. Rashid Bilal Mohammed, who's a renowned technologist and educator. Now, research and practical applications have also redefined how technology can foster inclusivity and accessibility in education. Now, he has led some multiple global initiatives that connect underserved communities to quality learning resources. I don't know if Rashid has been able to join. He was having a few issues when it comes to technology, but once he's on, we will unpack. And as well on this panel, we were to have Dr. Rita. There were questions that she was to answer as well, but I'm hoping she will be on and help us unpack this. So now, my first question, I will direct it to one Dr. Viviani. Now, in your experience, how has how can technology been harnessed to promote inclusive education, ensuring that marginalized communities have equal access to quality learning opportunities? Viviani?
Hi, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Initially, I would like to thank you for invitation. So, in my experience, technology can play a very important role in promoting inclusive education, breaking down barriers that marginalized communities often have to face. First, digital platforms can provide access to learning materials and resources that might not be available in traditional educational settings, especially in remote or underserved areas. Second, assistive technologies such as screen readers, speech test softwares, and adaptive learning tools can support students with special needs, ensuring they have equal opportunities to engage with the curriculum. In addition, online learning platforms and mobile applications can offer flexible, accessible, and scalable education, making it easier for individuals, persons, in people, yes, in marginalized communities to access quality education at their own pace, and in the language of their choice. Finally, digital technologies can also promote collaboration by connecting students and teachers, professors from different places, like at the moment, contributing to obtain different perspectives and more inclusive education experience. I think that is. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Viviani. And when you talk about collaboration and the fact that we're having this summit and we're able to get different perspective, allow me to pose this question to Dr. Patricia. Now, Dr. Patricia, given your recognition as a Microsoft Innovative Educator expert, now, the one question maybe I would ask to start you off is how do you envision the role of digital literacy in shaping the future of education in Africa?
Thank you so much for that question. Yeah, in Africa, digital literacy for me is more than just a skill. It is a pathway to empowerment. So my vision for the future of education is one where every student, regardless of their background or location, has the foundational digital literacy skills to thrive in a digital world. And this also calls for us equipping them with access to access and the use of technology. For example, just basic computer skills. But you see now that our schools in marginalized communities, they even have the internet. So we governments that at least in each form of electricity, so that at least our children can have access to the internet. And it is also our communities coming together so that at least they can have computers it's even 1 or 2 computers in a school, especially in the marginalized communities. I know that in the urban areas, we do not have such a problem. It is, I wonder where we are going, because those basic computer schools, internet safety, navigating online platforms, only 43% of the population in Africa has internet access, compared to our the global average of 66%. So we call upon communities, we call upon look at those schools and talk to our ministers that solar powered generation of electricity, so that at least our children can have access. Then we also need to bridge that digital. We can bridge that digital divide by prioritizing access to technology in rural and underserved communities. Maybe through initiatives like community Wi-Fi hotspots, mobile learning. I know it can happen also on the phones that we have. Make use of the mobile data, mobile learning centers, and also partner with telecommunications companies. I have done something for some schools here in Zimbabwe, where I've even gone to the high authority to ask that at least some schools here in Zimbabwe can have computers, because it is one of their subjects and it is examinable. But unfortunately, they don't have the internet, they don't have electricity, they don't have the gadgets to use. So thank you so much for that question. I hope I was loud and clear because
Thank
of
you.
the problem. Yeah.
No, you were loud and clear. I know we are all having issues with network. I have no idea why today collectively Africa is having issues with technology on the day we are having the discussion on how we can leverage technology for learning outcomes. Now, we were to have one Dr. Rita Aguila with us, but again, thanks to the difference in time zone, she's not here, but we had sampled out a few questions for her, and she had reviewed and reverted back with the answers. And I can see somebody is trying to share the screen. I'm hoping, okay. So now, there's a question that I'm going to ask, and I'm hoping that she's ready. The question that we had asked Dr. Rita was, how can emerging technologies be used to can be utilized to promote multilingual education and preserve cultural diversity within the learning environment? Now, this is coming from the fact that most of us, English is not our first language, and now we're looking at how can technology be used to promote that. I don't know if Futsi is around, if she's ready. If not, I will also request Dr. Tajuddin. I know he's in the meeting, and I have Mrs. Futi. Now, I'm very, you will forgive me for pronouncing, and if I butcher the pronunciation for this, kindly I'm asking for my Nigerian friends and Ghanaian friends for forgiveness early in advance, but teach me how to pronounce this. Mrs. Futi Raf. Wow, that one has, yes, there she has typed in the Gofala. Wow. I don't know if you can take that question. How can emerging technologies be utilized to promote multilingual education and preserve cultural diversity within the learning environment? Mrs. Footy, if you're there.
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, thank you so much. I didn't expect a question, but I'm ready. In the first place, I tried to share some ideas on how I work with the rural schools. Those deep rural schools that don't have all the resources, they actually have nothing. But by using the what you call, for example, I'm training them on how to code, and they don't have a cell phones, they have nothing. But there are these code-wise cards, ordinary cards that you can use them to introduce coding. By the way, coding is nothing else but just following the instructions. I mean, it's just a way of following instructions step by step. So I'm actually using cards to introduce coding, and more especially to those unplugged communities. But besides that, to introduce the internet itself, we've got those cards, the internet memory cards, where you introduce learners on how to access, to look for more information on the internet using simply cards, ordinary cards. Of course, I'm speaking on behalf of the unplugged communities because most of the time they are ignored. When the department or the government introduces things, they start with the urban or semi-urban schools. They hardly go deep down to the rural areas because they know very well that there are no resources. But if you are actually passionate about that and try to show people that inclusivity, I mean, through technology, we can actually actualize this inclusivity and engaging this marginalized societies so that they also become part of the civilization. And then you ask something like what? You talked about the languages?
Yes, multilingual.
Yes, multilingual. There is this, I'm one of the Microsoft Fellow, Microsoft Innovative Educator Fellow. There is this immersive reader. Yes, you can access it on a web through Microsoft programs. It has a lot of languages. As such, when you teach, you are able to teach, to train learners of different nationalities in one class using immersive reader because it has all the languages. I still remember that my grandson, isn't that our children are now taking their children to those schools where they speak Afrikaans and all those things. So my grandson had a challenge in actually speaking Afrikaans and understanding it, but through immersive reader. I engaged him through Zoom, reaching out to people who are far, through Zoom, to actually try to use immersive reader from English to Afrikaans, from Afrikaans to English, to Etalege, using two languages at the same time. Within a month, she was 100% good. So actually, technology resources came up with some wonderful solutions. It's for us as teachers to sit down and try to prepare and plan what we are going to teach, what we are going to use. I mean, there's no way we can keep on giving excuses. There's no way we can give excuses. We need to move up with time and we need to be compassionate enough to serve the nation. So I don't know as whether I actually gave the relevant answer. Thank you so much.
No, you have, Dr. Mrs. Futsi, you have. But as we are continuing with this conversation, remember we are unpacking and we are looking at how we can leverage technology. And you've given us some very good examples. And for those ones who are able to access it, kindly do access the different resources that she has mentioned. As mentioned earlier, we were to have Dr. Rita Aguila and Dr. Rashid, but then due to technology hitches, they were not able to come on to the panel. But then they have shared their answers to the different questions that we had asked them. And maybe I will request to have Dr. Rita's answers to that.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Grace, and thank you, Technogranny. Pleasure meeting you here again.
Zando.
Yes, so I'll be reading the response from Dr. Rita in her absentia. So the question was, how can emerging technologies be utilized to promote multilingual education and preserve cultural diversity within the learning environment? So she wrote, emerging technologies provide innovative ways to promote multilingual education and preserve cultural diversity. And then she stated 5 points, and number 1 being language learning apps and platforms such as tools like Duolingo, Rosetta Stone, or Memrise offer multilingual support with interactive lessons, gamified experiences, and adaptive learning features tailored to individual learners. Number 2, AI-powered translation tools. Platforms like Google Translate and DeepL can facilitate real-time communication and content delivery in multiple languages, helping students learn in their native tongues while exploring others. Number 3, virtual reality, which is VR, and augmented reality, which is AR. Immersive environments can simulate cultural experiences, allowing learners to explore languages and traditional interactively, deepening their understanding of cultural context. And number 4, opening educational resources or ERs, platforms such as Khan Academy and UNISECO's digital library provide multilingual cultural diverse materials, ensuring accessibility and inclusivity in education. And the last one, number 5, AI-driven content personalization. AI can adapt educational content to match students' linguistic preferences and cultural context, creating a more inclusive and effective learning environment. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Dando. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly. And as we are looking at it, like we said, Africa is very vast and it's very diverse. And this question we had posed it to Dr. Rashid, and I will ask Evans to read out his answers, please. Because as we are looking at the different ways, and the answers from Rita has even showed us the different advances, that we are even having platforms and resources that help us learn and translate to our native tongues. But then now the question now becomes, how from now, this is going to be Dr. Rashid's perspective. Now, the key technological trends that have emerged, and now we are going to influence higher education in the next decade. And now maybe the question is going to answer the whole, how do we help, or how should institutions prepare for such changes?
I will answer this question on behalf of Dr. Rashid. And he is saying that using AI, that's artificial intelligence, institutions should invest in AI for personalized learning and performance analysis, virtual and augmented reality. And according to him, focus on integrating immersive technological tools for practical and experiential learning. Blockchains. We can also employ blockchains. He says that implement blockchain for secure academic credentials and record keeping. And then also mention hybrid learning models, that we should adopt flexible online and blended learning programs for wider accessibility. And finally, he talked about data analytics. We should train the staff to utilize big data for improving academic strategies and student success. So that is the answer from Dr. Rashid. Grace. Grace, should I add the question too? Hello, Grace, are you there? Okay, the next question that was supposed to be answered by Dr. Rashid was this: how can technology facilitate cross-border educational collaboration?
No, Evans, sorry.
Okay.
Hello, Evans.
Hi.
Just give me a minute. Sorry about that. We have one question before it comes to that one, and the question goes to Dr. Viviani. And Viviani, we would like for us to unpack, or you help us unpack, what are some of the strategies that you have found effective in integrating technology into curricula to enhance student engagement and learning outcomes? Now, here we are having the different suggestions, and we've talked. They've come up with AR, AI, all this. But then now, what are some of the strategies? We're looking at actionable points that our educators and the different stakeholders that we have can employ. So the question again is, what strategies have you found effective in integrating technology into curricula to enhance student engagement and learning outcomes? Viviani.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Evans, and all presents again. So, in my opinion, integrating technology into curricula can enhance student engagement and improve learning when done seriously. One effective strategy, I think that you use of interactive tools such as educational apps, gamification, and virtual simulations. Do you hear me? Continuing.
Yes.
Yes.
These tools can make learning much more engaging and provide hands-on experiences that are often more memorable and impactful than traditional methods. Another key strategy, I think that you use learning through adaptive learning platforms. So this can allow students progress at their own pace and receive target support based on their individual needs. This approach supports many learning styles. Collaborative tools like online discussion boards, group projects, and video conferences like this can also encourage communication and teamwork, fostering a sense of community among students and among teachers and among professors. Finally, including data analytics to monitor students' progress and identify areas for improvement for each student can help instructors or teachers or professors adapt their teaching strategies more effectively. I think yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And as we are looking at it now, those are she has given us some tools that you can engage our learners and help when it comes to learning outcomes. But then now my next question, I'm going to pose it to Dr. Patricia. And now, in one way or the other, we would like, because we encounter challenges whenever we are in class, whenever we are working. The one thing maybe I would ask is, can you maybe outline a few challenges that you have encountered implementing technology-driven initiatives in school? And maybe you can give us how have you addressed them? And since now here we are looking at Africa is our business, and we have that collective vision that is the Agenda 2063 that was unveiled by African Union, and education is a key pillar. Maybe you can help us just align to that agenda or to the goals of that agenda. Dr. Patricia.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, challenges are there, but we can also overcome the challenges in one way or another. The challenges that I faced particularly, and what other teachers or educators have faced, especially in implementing technology-driven initiatives, especially we meet at webinars, at conferences, comes with its fair share of challenges. Challenge number one is limited infrastructure. Access to reliable internet connectivity, like right now we are struggling. We are in and out of the webinar. And also load shedding, because of load shedding, it remains a significant hurdle in many parts of the country. And we have explored alternative solutions, like I have mentioned before, like solar-powered devices using the generator, and also making use of offline learning platforms that are there. Then challenge number two, this one we also faced it in COVID. When COVID started, we saw that many of our teachers were lacking the necessary skills and confidence, especially to integrate technology effectively into their teaching. So it is because of the teacher training program that we have. I have also actively participated in and organized workshops and training sessions, like we are doing as Emerald Education Concept, to equip teachers with the knowledge and skills that they need, especially when they need to use technology in their classrooms. We know that some classrooms do not have smart boards, some classrooms do not have those projectors. Some classrooms even do not have the computers that they need, our children need to learn. Then besides that, technology can be very expensive, making it difficult for schools and families to avoid those devices. Like what my sister Puti has already said, they cannot afford devices and internet access, let alone. And we have also explored different funding models, maybe making use of public-private partnerships, like I said, going above the authority, whether they can also help, and making use of community-based initiatives so that we can also make technology more accessible. Then the next thing that we have challenged that I can foresee, right now in Zimbabwe, we have unveiled a new curriculum, the heritage-based component, but it has got ITC. So curriculum integration, integrating technology into existing curriculum when we do not have those resources requires careful planning and coordination. Then the last that I can talk of is infrastructure development. So investing in robust and affordable internet infrastructure, including broadband access and Wi-Fi hotspots, maybe can help our schools and communities that have equitable access to technology. But those that do not have, we need to work on them so that device accessibility is there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And as you can see, there is a lot when it comes to infrastructure. And now the next question, where once we have developed our infrastructure, was to one, Dr. Rashid, and Mr. Evans here, you can help us now read out his answers, where the question was, now how can technology facilitate cross-border educational collaborations to promote knowledge exchange and capacity building? And here we are not straying away. We are looking at in line with Agenda 2063, because as we are here, we are from different countries, we have different challenges. Having a common goal becomes an easier way to achieve when we are all focused on one thing. So now, how can technology facilitate cross-border educational collaborations to promote knowledge exchange and capacity building? Evans.
All right, thank you, Grace, for the question. And from Dr. Rashid, his response is that we need to leverage on cloud-based platforms that is enable virtual collaborations and shared research. Again, we can also use virtual exchange programs, that is use online platforms for international exchanges without physical travel. You also mentioned open educational resources, that we can provide free access to educational content globally. Then he mentioned online conferences and webinar. Example is what we are doing right now. That is to promote real-time discussions and learning across borders. And then finally, he mentioned using innovation labs. We should establish regional hubs for collaborative technological solutions. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you so much. And as you can hear from the different leaders that we had here, there is that building up on one another. And now the question now that was posed to Dr. Rita, we were looking at what innovative technological approaches have you seen successfully implemented to enhance teacher training and professional development? Ntando, I feel there.
Yes, I'm here. So she wrote.
Maybe you
can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's also on point form, which are 6. Okay. Number 1 being online learning platforms, tools like Coursera, edX, and Udemy offer professional development courses for teachers, enabling them to upskill in areas like pedagogy, technology, integration, and subject-specific methodologies. Number 2, micro-learning platforms, apps like EdApp deliver bite-sized, engaging content, making it easier for teachers to learn on the go and apply new strategies immediately. And number 3, virtual communities of practice, platforms like Microsoft Teams, Slack create collaborative spaces for educators to share experiences, best practices, and solutions, fostering continuous professional growth. 4, AR or VR simulations, tools such as Teach Live or Motion use visual simulations to help teachers practice classroom management and instructional strategies in realistic scenarios. 5, learning analytics tools, platforms like Brightspace or Canvas offer analytical help to teachers reflect on their teaching performances, understanding student engagement, and refine their methods. Last one, number 6, webinars and visual conferences. Interactive events like those hosted on Zoom or Hop-In connects educators globally to learn from experts, share ideas, and engage in discussions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And as we are looking to wrap up this panel, I will go back to Dr. Viviani. And the question now here is, how can educational institutions balance the adoption of new technologies with the need for sustainable practices, especially when we look at resource-constrained settings? I know I've seen, Madam Futi, your hand is up. So kindly, as after Madam Dr. Viviani has answered, you can have a chance to put in your thoughts. Dr.
Education institutions can use new technologies considering the need for sustainable practices through the implementation of some strategic approaches. A key approach is to prioritize cost-effective and scalable technologies, such as open source softwares and cloud-based platforms. These tools are often cheaper. Another important strategy is focusing on the durability of technological devices. Institutions can opt for second-hand devices that still offer high performances but are more sustainable. In addition, incorporating practices such as device sharing policies then can help minimize the need for large-scale purchases and reduce electronic waste. Sustainable practices also include training educators and students about how to effectively use technology to maximize its potential while minimize energy consumption. For example, promote the use of energy-efficient devices and encouraging digital content over printed materials can contribute to both environmental sustainable and cost reduction. Finally, collaboration with local governments and the private sector can help institutions access funding and resources more cheaper, with less costs. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mrs. Futi, you can come in. Mrs. Futi, you can come in.
Thank you so much. I wanted to add on that question about the exchanging of knowledge across borders. I'm one of those people who volunteered since 2017 to teach virtually those children at in the war refugee camps in Kenya, the Kakuma war refugee camps in Kenya. I was actually encouraged by Kuntimas from Belgium while we were in Dubai during Global Teacher Prize celebration that side. So I realized that immediately you talk about the refugee war camps. There's no webinar, there's no what, there's nothing. That is where I realized the power of PowerPoint. With PowerPoint, I was and I'm still able to record whatever I want to teach them. It can be on how to secure their own food using recycled material, on how to code using some code-wise cards. It can be anything that I want to teach them. I'm able to record all those things on PowerPoint and share the recorded lesson to their teacher. Their teacher will then reflect that one lesson on the board for everyone to see, because there's no webinar with that recorded PowerPoint material. It doesn't require network. It's offline because they don't have anything there. It's another way of keeping those children, giving them hope that no matter the situation where you are, we care about you. Actually, no child must be left behind, irrespective of the situation or whatever. So no child must be left behind. I just wanted to highlight the power of this PowerPoint. Yes, it's a bit outdated, but to me, it's still one of the best because I'm able to reach the unreachable countries beyond the borders. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And as we are continuing with this conversation, remember we are looking at how we can leverage technology for effective learning outcomes. And right now I will round up this and ask Dr. Patricia to answer the following, or to help us unpack the following. As educators, how can we be empowered to effectively use technology in the classroom to foster transformative learning experiences? What are some of the ways we can be empowered, Dr. Patricia? Dr. Patricia?
Empowering educators to effective is the network. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Oh, I was just saying that it requires a lot of planning on the education side, be it the schools, be it also the government. But what we need to do is we need teacher training, just like what the former speaker has just said. Because without teacher training, it is difficult for the teachers to utilize technology in the classroom. I can give an example during COVID. During COVID, when COVID started, most of the teachers didn't know, I can say, how to use technology to teach in the classrooms. So that is when so many schools unveiled the online teaching platforms. I remember at our school, we were using Microsoft Teams just out of the blue. And fortunately, I don't know, is it because of vision or what? We had asked all our teachers to have the Microsoft license, driving license, so that at least everyone. So we need to provide access to resources. We need to equip the schools with the necessary hardware, the necessary software, and internet connectivity to support the technology integration, because without these resources, technology integration will not start. So we also need to offer professional development, provide ongoing training, and supporting and helping our teachers develop the skills and knowledge that they need to use technology. We can use teachers in our school, peer teaching, and also online collaboration, so that at least they can also know how to use some of the technologies. I know that you asked a question about the use of teaching of languages. Yes, at our school, Yes, it is in Zimbabwe, but our students learn Portuguese from ECD level up to grade 7, making use of the smart board, making use of Duolingo, like what my sister just said from South Africa, Puti. Yes, we use Duolingo as well. Then we use online resources that you can also search on. There's 5 apps that are there that I know that you can make use of to make sure that you teach language. So we need to equip our teachers with those continuous professional development courses that they need. Then besides that, we need also to foster a culture of innovation and experimentation where teachers also feel comfortable taking risks and trying new things with technology. As leaders, I know that sometimes we are harsh to them. So we need to create that supportive environment for our staff so that they also learn and then trying also new technology. And we need to encourage collaboration. For me to know all the blended learning, for me to know about the flipped classroom, for me to know about Kahoot, for me to know all the games that we used to play with our students on the internet during COVID and now, it was because of collaboration. So we need to create opportunities like this that we have right now for teachers to collaborate with each other, share the best practices and learn from each other's experiences. And besides that, the last thing that I would like to point to is that we need to also, as leaders, educators from our schools, to acknowledge and celebrate teachers who are effectively using technology. Because if you do not reward them, then some of them will just sit and not use technology because they are using technology to transform teaching and learning. So integrating technology and also for our teachers is a multifaceted approach which is needed to empower all our educators to leverage technology effectively. Thank you. I think this is what I had prepared for you in terms of our teachers in our schools. I don't know whether
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And for those ones who are listening, yes, you are very audible, my dear. Thank you so much. And as for those of us who are listening, and if you've joined in, we are having a panel discussion where we are looking for panelists to share their thoughts, where we are going to combine them. And in the chat, there is going to be a link that will be shared. If you haven't registered, kindly register so that you can be added to the WhatsApp group where we will share the snippets of this summit and also keep learning from one another. And I'm hoping that you will stay with us up until the end, because I know we have the Global Education Program 2025 that also works with how we can develop educators professionally. Now, I'm going to be writing. We posted it to Dr. Reed, and the question was, as we are having learning going on, we know that we have investment. So investment. So the question we had posed to her, in what context society given Tando, are you there? If
Yes,
you're there,
I'm here.
kindly, if you can give us the answers to Dr. Reed.
Okay, so can you hear me? Okay, because you're breaking. Okay. I'm experiencing load shedding, so yeah. So it says, in what ways can technology support the continuous assessment and improvement of educational quality to meet the evolving needs of society? So she stated 6 points again. Number one being learning analytics and big data. Tools like Power BI and Tableau enable educators and administrators to analyze students' performance, attendance, and engagement, providing actionable insights to improve teaching strategies and curricula. Number two, adaptive learning systems, platforms like Dreambox or Smart Spiral, personalized learning pathways based on student progress, ensuring a tailored educational experience that meets diverse needs. Number three, online assessment tools, software like Kahoot, Quizzes, and Google Forms provide instant feedback, making assessment dynamic, engaging, and data-driven. Number four, feedback loops through AI-driven platforms like Gradescope, streamline assessment by automating grading, enabling teachers to focus on delivering personalized feedback for student improvement. Five, collaborative platforms for stakeholders engagement, tools such as Padlet or Miro involvement parents, educators, and policymakers in discussions on educational quality, fostering a community-driven approach to improvement. Six, professional development metrics. Platforms like Skillshare and Teach 2030 help monitors teachers' professional growth, ensuring they are equipped to adapt to societal changes and innovations. By integrating these technologies, approaches education system can stay responsive and effective in addressing the dynamic needs of learners and society. Thanks, Grace.
Thank you so much. As we are closing out this panel, I'd like to thank you all for being here with us. And the last question, so that now we can move to our next keynote speech from Dr. Marcel. I will ask Mr. Evans to just read out the last question very fast that we had posed to Dr. Rashid, where we were asking, when it comes to personalizing learning experiences, what role does technology play to cater to the diverse student needs and learning style? This will be the final question, and we will close out the panel to pave way for our keynote from Dr. Marcel.
All right, thank you, Grace, for that. So we are looking at the road. What role does the technology play in personalizing learning experiences to cater to diverse student needs and learning styles? And Dr. Rashid gave answers as the follows. He says we should leverage on AI tools. He said adapt content delivery to individual learning preferences. We should also use gamification, as mentioned earlier on, that we should create engaging interactive learning experiences. Then we should also think about assistive technological tools that support students with disabilities through tailored tools. Then he mentioned learning management system, that is LMS. We should provide varied content format to suit different learning styles. Then, that is, we should have data to identify challenges and provide targeted support for individual students. Thanks so much. So this is the information from Dr. Rashid in line with the question.
Thank you so much. And we'd like to thank our panelists, that is Dr. Viviani, Dr. Patricia, for being here with us. Allow me to bring on Mr. Odu. I don't know if you're on here. Mr. Odu Sanyar. Okay, so now as we are preparing, maybe we'll just have a parting shot within less than a minute. We'll have Patricia Dr. Patricia giving her parting shot, and Dr. Viviani as well giving their parting shot. And then now we will listen to our keynote speech from Dr. Marcel. Patricia, in less than a minute, when we are looking at this whole leveraging technology, kindly just close it out. And then Dr. Viviani, you can take it also in less than a minute to close out our panel.
Thank you so much. Yes, yeah, we are talking about leveraging technology. It is upon us as educators that we research where we are, which school we are at, what challenges that we have, and what we can use. I think today you all got those tools that you can use, especially for making sure that at least our students in the marginalized communities can also access this technology. So as educators, let's research, let's go out there, let's also experiment with some of the apps that are there on the internet. Then we can make sure that we can make sure that our children can learn. Thank you so much. I think that's what I can say. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today.
Thank you so much. Dr. Viviani, your parting shot in less than a minute.
I just would like to say thank you and say that you are very important for the future, our future. So thanks.
Thank you so much. Now, thank you once again for being here with us and for staying through. I am Gracie Rungu, an educator from Kenya. And right now we would like to go to our next session where we are going to listen to a keynote from one Professor Marcel Ezewonye. I'm really hoping I'm pronouncing the name correctly, but like I said, I'm asking for forgiveness, and my brothers and sisters from the West Africa, I hope you can teach me how to pronounce the names. So now allow me to give a brief introduction of Professor Marcel. Now, Professor Marcel is a renowned educational interventionist, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. As the founder of and the global president of CEIP UK, he has spearheaded numerous initiatives transforming the educational landscape globally. Under his visionary leadership, CEIP UK has achieved remarkable milestones, including establishing partnerships with esteemed institutions worldwide, developing innovative educational programs and certifications, providing scholarships and empowerment opportunities for underprivileged communities, as well as hosting international conferences, symposia, as well as fostering global collaboration and knowledge sharing. Now, he is a prolific researcher and academician. He has published extensively on educational development, leadership, and policy. His commitment to excellence and philanthropy has earned him numerous awards and honors. He's a distinguished member and a fellow of prestigious institutions, including the Chartered Institute for Educational Practitioners, the Institute of Management Consultants, International Association of University, UNESCO, and Association of Commonwealth Universities, as well as the National Association of Educational Researchers. He has served on the board of several education institutions and organizations, providing strategic guidance and expertise. Now, with his humble beginnings and remarkable rise to prominence, Professor Marcel inspires countless individuals embodying the values of perseverance, innovation, and service to humanity. We are glad to have you on board, Professor Marcel. If you can kindly come on board and give your keynote at the moment, we would be grateful.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good day, everyone. Professor Marcel Okechukwu Ezewoye JP is unavoidably absent here. He has asked me to read his keynote address. My name is Wenea Zinakodo Jackson. I'm the Regional Director, Programs for West Africa, Chartered Institute of Educational Practitioners, United Kingdom. If you can't see my face, don't worry about it. Maybe my photograph will just show there. Because of these things we're talking about technology, I'm going to be reading directly as it's in my phone here. So please just bear with me. But the most important thing is that what we want to achieve will surely be achieved. And so one more time, I'll say good evening. I'll just go straight to what he wrote, the keynote address. Building global competence in a changing world. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed educators and honored guests, as we gather here today, I invite you to join me on a journey to explore the critical role we play as educators in building global competence in a rapidly changing world. As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Today, I'd like to discuss how we can harness the power of education to equip our students with global competencies necessary to succeed in an interconnected world. The importance of global competence. We're living in a world where technological advancements, globalization, and cultural exchange are redefining the way we live, the way we work, and the way we interact. As educators, it is our responsibility to prepare our students for this new reality. So what does it mean to be globally competent, you may want to ask? It means having the knowledge, the skills, and the attitudes necessary to thrive in an interconnected world. It means being able to communicate effectively across cultures, navigate complex global issues, and collaborate with people from diverse backgrounds. Now, the role of educators. To achieve this, we must recognize the importance of global competence in education. This includes incorporating diverse perspectives and case studies in our curricula. Excuse me. Facilitating cultural exchange programs and collaborations, developing our students' critical thinking and problem-solving skills. As educators, we play a critical role in fostering global competence among our students. For example, we can use technology to connect students with peers worldwide for collaborative projects. We can encourage language learning and cultural immersion programs. We can provide opportunities for students to engage in global issues and develop innovative solutions to make the world a better place. Now, CPOC's initiatives. In line with these, CPOC, which is the Chartered Institute of Educational Practitioners, United Kingdom, which is an education intervention agency coming in to bridge the gap where challenges in education may have created cracks in one's educational career. In line with these, as I said earlier, CPOC has developed skills or initiatives rather to support educators in fostering global competence. These include, but may not be limited to, the following: online courses and training programs for educators, global connection and collaborations through technology, recognition and certification programs for educators who demonstrate global competence, We believe that the role of governments, private sectors, and public-private partnerships are important and should not be ignored. So building global competence is not just the responsibility of educators alone. Governments, the private sector, and public-private partnerships also have a critical role to play. Now, if we want to look at the roles that governments can play, governments can develop and implement policies that support global competence education. We also believe that governments can provide funding and resources for educator training and development. Governments can also encourage partnerships between educational institutions and industry partners. For the private sector, we can safely say that they can provide job shadowing and internship opportunities for students. You'll agree with me that even after going to school, sometimes when you come back and you're employed somewhere, you may still need the people who are on ground to teach you how to put what you have learned into practice, because we don't have too much of practicals in some of our educational institutions, especially back home here in Africa. So we talk of providing job shadowing and internship opportunities for students so that when they come, they can understudy people who are already working there, people who are already professionals, so that they can be prepared for the challenges of the job tomorrow. They can offer mentorship programs. The private sector now can offer mentorship programs and industry expertise to educators. They can support the development of curricula that align with industry needs. You will agree with me that some of the things that were very important back in the day are no longer important as technology has come in, new things are happening, new things have come up, so much so that some of the courses that we used to study back then are either integrated with others or completely scrapped. So support development of curricula that align with industry needs. Now, for public-private partnerships, they can bring together educators, industry experts, and policymakers to develop innovative solutions, just the way you're doing here now, just the way Emerald has gathered us all here together to come and talk about how we can use technology to better the lot of the African, the lot of the citizens of the world through technology. They can provide funding and resources for global competence education. Now, sometimes some people in the private sector have the resources, to sponsor, to fund, but there are people who could have the know-how. So bringing in funding and of course, collaborating with the public sector can bring global competence education initiatives to the fore. We support the development of scalable and sustainable models for global competence education. Research and collaboration. Furthermore, research plays a critical role in informing our approach to building global competence in education. So we need to invest in research that will examine the impact of global competence education on student outcomes. Research that will identify effective strategies for teaching global competence, that will explore the role of technology in facilitating global connections and collaborations. Now we take a look at CPOC specifically. At CPOC, the Chartered Institute of Educational Practitioners, United Kingdom, we are committed to supporting research initiatives that advance our understanding of global competence education. I'll say that in conclusion. First of all, let's take a look at what we are committed to doing, supporting research initiatives that advance our understanding of global competence. CPOC is involved in a lot of things. We're involved in MCPD trainings, which is mandatory continuing professional development trainings, even as approved by Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, the body that is saddled with the responsibility of regulating teaching practice in Nigeria. They've said that for you to be a member or to maintain your membership of the Teachers Registration Council, you will need to obtain certain points, acquire certain points in terms of trainings to be able to move or to be able to renew your license, which is renewable in 2 years. That's just one of the things that CPOC does. And so we do trainings for teachers and educators worldwide. Worldwide, we say because we specifically for Nigerians, but we have had cases where people from Africa, other countries in Africa, also benefit from the trainings. Besides, some of our lecturers, our facilitators are spread across Africa and, of course, the world. After all, we have people in the United States of America, we have people in Canada, professors and doctors who also facilitate us.
Thank you so much for.
Okay. So let me just quickly say this in conclusion. Building global competence is a collective responsibility that requires the collaboration of educators, governments, the private sector, and the private-public partnerships. Let us work together to create a comprehensive ecosystem that supports the development of global competence in education, including how to cut across cultures, across nations. Thank you, Ambassador Professor Marcel Okechukwu Ezenwanye JP, Global President, CPOC. My name is Wenia Jackson. Thank you.
Thank you, Wenia Jackson, representing Dr. Marcel, giving us the keynote address. We are about doing another very important aspect of our program for the day, and we would like to invite Emerald Education Concept to actually launch the Global Education Project. So over to you.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm glad to have you here. I've been quite silent. Mr. Evans and Ms. Grace has been doing a massive work since morning. I'm glad to be part of the day too, and I hope you have enjoyed the sessions as well. I have two functions here. Number one is to launch the Global Education Project, and number two is to make few announcements. So in less than 1 minute, let me quickly talk about the Global Education Project. Our initiative, when we started this conference, this summit, our goal is that at the end of this summit, we are going to start a project, we'll launch a project that will ensure that the aftermath of this summit is being implemented upon. We do not only want to talk and gather here and learn alone, we want to also act. So going forward, our target is that we are going to engage education practitioners across all board to be part of a global movement. Number one, of course, by now you should know that we have two global movements among us, which is the Global Teachers Forum. Provisions will be made for everyone that want to join the Global Teachers Forum. And of course, that's for teachers, and the Global School Leaders Forum for school leaders. For the Global Education Project, our goal is that we want to train 25,000 education practitioners across 50 countries in Africa. And the goal is that we are going to have 500 volunteers, and we are going to be training 500 volunteers in 2 months. We'll train them on different technological tools that they can use, including AI tools and the likes. And the training will be free. And by training them, we are going to encourage them. They are going to also go to the field as practicals. They are going to the field to train additional 500 in local communities. They are going to go to local communities. They are looking to train 500 teachers because they will be sending the pictures and the videos and the reports. So this is what the Global Education Project is all about. We are going to do this project. We are going to do this project in 2 years. We are going to do it for 2 years. And at the end of that 2 years, we hope that we would have trained at least 50,000 teachers in Africa, in 50 countries in Africa, using the 500 volunteers. So we'll be rolling out instructions on how to register as a prospective volunteer. And of course, once you are selected, you are going to undergo 2-month training. And after the 2-month training, you are going to also go to the field to train additional 500 teachers in your local community. This is all about the Global Education Project. So on behalf of the board chairman is supposed to be here to officially launch that project. But of course, we'll make the announcement now. And then of course, we'll say we'll officially launch the project in the coming time very soon. So that's the Global. So the information will be out. If you are interested in being part of the Global Education Project, let us know on time. And then the what's it called will be out. We'll give preference because there'll be applications, or we'll give preferences to people that register for this conference. They will receive mail. Why? Because they have been part of this summit. They understand digital transformation better now. So please, if you have not registered for the conference, maybe just join. Make sure you register for the conference. So let me quickly go to the information we have, not to waste time. Let me start with this. If you are a school owner here, please, you can do well to signify. If you are a school owner here, do well to signify. There is an opportunity for all school owners. There is an opportunity for all school owners that we have come up with. I want to share it now. So we for school owners, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see. Okay, let me just for school owners that are here. Let me say that we have a program that is coming up on board. We call it the school business program. The school business program is for every school owner across Africa and beyond. Currently now we have school owners from Azerbaijan, school owners from other European countries joining in. And then in this school business program, they're going to be having about 13 sessions with experts, 13 sessions with experts, and they are going to be coming up to train school owners on how to run a profitable school, maintaining quality and also profitability. And the program starts February 17, and then the fee is 30,000 naira or $20. If you are a school owner and you want to be part, we'll drop a phone number that you can reach out to. I'm going to drop the phone number of the person you can reach out to now, so that you can be part. It's going to be a wonderful it's going to be a wonderful program that you're going to be with. So this is if you're a school now, you want to be part, just reach out to Dr. Mrs. Raji and register for the school business program. So it's going to be a wonderful program. Please, we want you to be part of that program. Okay. Secondly, let me also say this, that we are going to be having certification for this program. Some of us that registered and showed interest, we are going to reach out to you. There is a certificate for those that are interested in a certificate for this conference, for this summit. We will reach out to you. Those that have indicated in the registration form, we will reach out to you so that you can get information about how to get the certificate. Let me also say that the conference materials will be made available for everybody that have registered, including all the slides, all the codes, all the videos, all the summary of all the sessions, and the YouTube links and everything. So if you have registered, you are going to be receiving mail about all the conference materials very soon. Let me also talk about some other programs that we have. If you're a school leader here, whether you're a vice principal, principal, HODs, and the like, there's a program for us now. It is called the School Leaders Program. It's happening in April. You get to know that about that very soon. And then for the School Leaders Program, we have partnered with the Pan-African Leadership Institute. They'll be issuing the certificate. For the School Business Program that I mentioned earlier, we have partnered with ICLED Business School in partnership with the University of Wisconsin in US. They're also going to be issuing the certificate. And so the School Leaders Program is a program for school leaders that you can join. And then don't forget to also join the School Leaders Forum. That we have a forum for school leaders. If you're a school leader, we are going to send you the link so you can join their platform. That they have monthly webinars, free webinars with free certificates for you to access. The same thing goes to teachers. If you are a teacher here, we will give you opportunity. We have a program called Transformative Teachers Program. The Transformative Teacher Program have about 65 courses, and it's in partnership with CPOC. CPOC will be issuing the certificate, and it's happening very soon. We also have what is called we have the Global Teachers Forum. Please, all the forum we are mentioning, it is very important that we all join this forum. There are discussions on the platforms. There are information about scholarships, about professional development programs, networking, great network opportunity, monthly webinars, and the likes. So please, the School Leaders Forum, the School Nurse Forum, the Global Teachers Forum, please ensure that you join each of these platforms. We are going to make the link available for those that have registered because we have their email. We will send it so that it can be part of these platforms. Again, let me talk about the Global Educators Conference. For the Global Educators Conference, it's coming up in September, and that's September 5, 2025 at Covenant University in Alta, Nigeria. We believe that we are going to have international delegates. By the grace of God, before the end of this coming week or before the end of this month, they are going to get details of the Global Educators Conference. It's a live, it's a physical conference, and now you can be part. We want everybody at this summit to be part of that conference as well. It's going to be bringing thought people from different parts of the world at the Covenant University. There will be accommodation. There will be tours. We will be able to go to tours, look at, explore Nigeria. And of course, this Global Educators Conference that is happening in Nigeria now, we intend to take it to different countries. I'm very sure any country that, and of course, we are putting it forward. If your country can decide to, for us to come to organize that Global Educators Conference, let us know so that we can prepare for your country in 2026. So we'll be having proposals from different countries. So you can call us, we can come to your country to organize that Global Educators Conference. So it's going to be wonderful. Of course, and if you want to partner with us for this Global Educators Conference, you can reach out to me. I'm going to drop my personal contacts. I'm going to drop my personal contact. That's +234 9016005019. Just save it with Emerald. If you want to partner with us for the Global Educators Conference, please let us know. We are going to tell you where you can come up with for partnership. So let me quickly also identify with all the partners that have joined us for this summit. I hope you have learned a lot. We have Spark Learning. Spark Learning is being coordinated by Grace herself, Madam Grace. Madam Grace has been the one in charge of this program from the beginning. She's the secretary for this program, for this summit, and she has done massive work. Our organization is an organization you can really be in touch with. And then, of course, we have EduTimes Africa. It's an education magazine, and this summit will be published on that magazine. We have Western Republic. We have Western Republica newspaper. They are also been great. It's going to be, this summit will be published in their newspaper live. We have African Reports File. They are going to publish this summit on their blog as well. You can follow all these platforms that we are mentioning. We also have other partners. We have other partners. We have CPOC. They have been wonderful. We have AI Teacher. We have SAPA. And of course, we have school board. Like we have said, school owners here, it is very, very important that you digitize your process. Mr. Abib has dropped his number, and if you want to get school board to come to your school, to start with your school, you can also reach out to me. I will get you across to them. It's a digital platform that will really, really help your school. It's a digital platform that will really, really help your school. Please ensure that you get across to school board to start up with them. And of course, Prince Tech is also there as partner. Dr. Raji has been showing the school business program. Just to reiterate, if you intend to have a school, or you have a school currently, this is the best program you can attend. The school business program. Dr. Bakini will also be there live. It's going to be one of the best experience for school owners. Please reach out to her if you want to register. Of course, we're actually going to send emails as touching to all of these programs that are upcoming. So these are the few announcements, like we have said. And of course, you have not registered, please register. I will intend to get a certificate for this conference. Please put it as a part of indication in when you are registering. We are going to send mail for those that want to register, so we can reach out to you. So these are the information that we have for this afternoon. I don't know if Dr. Bankini is here. If Dr. Bankini is here to close, or Dr. Patricia to help us close the session. If they are not here, I will call on Dr. Mrs. Raji to close the session. Grace, do we have any other thing before we close the session? And okay, before that, please, before I call on you. Sorry, pardon me. I need to appreciate this committee that have put in effort. Let me start with our host for this wonderful conference. Mr. Evans Ode is a top 10 Global Teachers Prize finalist. You agree with me that Mr. Ode Evans has done massive job as a host. Please, can we clap for Mr. Ode? Please, if you are there, please let's give him a round of applause. He has done a massive work hosting this program for us. We've enjoyed him. Mr. Ode, thank you so much. We really appreciate the effort, and thank you for bringing Ghanaian teachers to join. We have enjoyed Ghanaians and all African countries represented. Let me also appreciate Miss Grace. Miss Grace, if you are there, please also show yourself. Let's clap for Miss Grace. Miss Grace has been doing massive work. She's the secretary for Global Teachers Forum. She's also the secretary for this conference. She has done massive work. Tireless night. We have since December. We have been trying to bring things up. Let me also appreciate all the communication team of the Global Teachers Forum. They are from Nisi to Kuvayi and other members. Thank you so much. The summit committee themselves, Mr. Chipapi, Mr. Tawhid, Grace, Sarah, and everybody. You guys have done massive work. The Global Teachers Forum and the Global School Leaders Forum executives, thank you so much for being part of the conference. And of course, to all of our speakers, the panelists, and everybody that have been involved, thank you so much for taking your time to be part of this. We really appreciate everyone that have been part. It's been a wonderful journey. And of course, we'll be requesting that you give in your review. If you have learned a lot from this, we'll be sending in form for you to give us a review of this program. for you to give us a, of course, we appreciate all the participants. We enjoy massive turnout. Yesterday, the whole Zoom room was filled up. We could have people needed to join Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We have a strong YouTube live. What's it called? Today again, if not for the fact that people have started to leave now, it was massive. And then, like I've said, you can access all of this on our social media platform. We have sent the link to our social. Go to YouTube now, look at Emerald Edu Concept and Services, and subscribe. Go to other social media platforms and also subscribe to it. Thank you so much, everybody that have been part. It has been a wonderful, wonderful and educative program, like I can say. I will call on Grace. Is there any other thing to say, Mr. Evans? If there is no, we'll call on Dr. Mrs. Waji to help us close the conference.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. We want to say thank you to all of us that attended this conference. We are elated to have all of us on board, and this conference has been inspiring and very educative. We want to say thank you to you for coming. We want to say thank you for attending, and we are looking forward to seeing all school owners and education enthusiasts for School Business Program 2025. Is going to be practical. We want also to register. You can chat me. My number had been displayed on the chat box. You can chat me, and you can also register to Emerald Concept. So we want to say thank you for coming. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Thank you. God bless all of us from our different countries. We are so happy. All our speakers, you have done so well. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on board. Thank you for attending the conference. Looking forward to School Business Program 2025. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Grace and
thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Grace, are you there? Mr. Evans, are you there? You can.
Yes, yeah, okay. We really appreciate you so much for getting us involved in this wonderful program, and we really appreciate that. We thank all the participants, we thank all the facilitators, and we thank all the speakers and the panelists for doing what Party says. It's a great experience up to this far. Yesterday and today has been a very wonderful time for us, and we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Emerald Edu Concept, thank you so much for the opportunity given us.
Okay, thank you, everybody, and bye-bye. Thank you. So excited. We will reach out to you via mail. Please make sure you register so that you can get our email. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye, everyone. God bless you.